Number 5, bull riding. Well, I bet you didn't expect to see this one at the top of the list. Bull riding is one of the deadliest professional sports today, claiming the lives of over 30 people. Now, if you aspire to become a professional bull rider, you might as well give skydiving and bungee jumping a shot too, because this sport is exclusively captivated by adrenaline junkies. It is pure, distilled chaos, all within 8 seconds. You strap yourself to a 2,000-pound beast of pure fury with only one hand. The other hand can't touch anything, not the bull, not yourself. And all you have to do is hold on for 8 seconds. That's it. 8 seconds of hell for a shot at $1 million prize. In what feels like an eternity, anything can happen. The bull can buck, twist, stomp, or slam you into the ground, and your job is to somehow not get broken. The danger is so immediate and absolute that it has a staggering 32% injury rate per ride. Think about that. 1 in 3 times a professional bull rider is walking away from a day's work with a serious injury. But perhaps the most deadliest thing about this sport is the psychological addiction. In those 8 seconds, your life is on the line. And even if you are one of the lucky few who didn't get injured, the rush you get is so powerful, you'll immediately be chasing for that feeling again. It's an addiction to the adrenaline, the risk, and the pure, unadulterated feeling of being alive. Number 4, boxing. They call it the sweet science, but before a single punch is thrown, a battle more brutal than any bout begins. I'm talking about weight cutting. For weeks leading up to a fight, boxers will push their bodies to the absolute limit, dehydrating themselves to make weight. It's a process that can feel like a slow motion death, with hours spent in scorching saunas and endless days with barely a sip of water. The extreme dehydration can lead to fainting, seizures, and in extreme cases, hospitalizations. And all of that is before they even step into the ring to face an opponent. Once the bell rings, the true carnage begins. The goal is to inflict as much brain trauma as possible to knock your opponent into a temporary blackout. The gloves don't protect the brain. They simply allow the fist to be used as blunt instruments of destruction. Professional boxers wear 8 to 10-ounce gloves depending on their weight class, gloves designed more to protect the fighter's hands from breaking than to protect their opponent's head from absorbing a concussive blow. That's why boxing has been responsible for over 1,000 professional deaths since 1890. It's not a sport of brute force, it's a test of who can inflict and absorb the most punishment. Now, perhaps the most terrifying thing about this sport is that 80% of all ring deaths are caused by brain hemorrhages, and a frightening number of professional boxers develop chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, the silent killer that robs you of your mind long after the cheering stops. Number 3, mixed martial arts. This sport is a new kind of brutal. It takes the dangers of boxing and combines them with grappling, submissions, and kicks. And just like boxing, it's preceded by the horrifying ritual of weight cutting, where fighters push their bodies to the absolute edge of dehydration. You can see it in their faces, the sunken eyes, the gaunt expressions, the result of a body pushed beyond its limit. It's a game of inches, and these athletes are willing to risk everything for it. Once they're in the octagon, the rules are simple: win by knockout, submission, or points. The only equipment they have are the 4-ounce gloves, gloves designed to allow for grappling but also make strikes far more concussive than boxing gloves. A single fight can lead to broken bones, torn ligaments, and concussions. But it's the hidden, insidious dangers that haunt these athletes. The fact that an astonishing 20% of professional fighters have been shown to suffer from neurodegeneration. But for many, the risk is worth it. For a shot at financial freedom and the title of the baddest human on the planet, they will go through hell. Number two, American football. At first glance, it's just a game. But every Sunday, you're watching a battlefield where massive men collide at high speeds. The very nature of the sport is a testament to its danger. It is a collision sport built on the premise of pure violent contact. While fatalities are rare, the chronic and life altering injuries are not. The NFL reports over 500 concussions a season, and with every hit, the cumulative damage adds up. The horrifying truth is that an astonishing 99% of donated NFL brains from a major study showed signs of CTE, a debilitating and irreversible brain disease that leads to memory loss, dementia, and behavioral changes. And this is with some of the most advanced helmets, pads, and protective gear in the history of sports. That helmet you see on every player isn't designed to prevent concussions. It's designed to protect the skull from fracturing so players can hit each other even harder. Now, you're probably wondering why anyone would choose to play such a dangerous sport. Well, simply for the love of the game, the camaraderie, and the chance to become a legend. The average NFL salary is $2.7 million, and for many, it's a path to a better life for their families. But it's also a high stakes gamble with their future selves. You're not just risking a broken bone, you're risking your mental capacity, your memories, and your personality. You're trading a piece of your mind for a shot at glory. Number one, auto racing. The final entry on our list, and without a doubt, the deadliest professional sport in the world. It's not a sport of physical contact with other people, it's a sport of physics, engineering, and raw, unforgiving speed. At 200 miles per hour, a single mistake, a blown tire, a piece of debris, or a moment of inattention can turn a sleek, powerful machine into a catastrophic fireball. Formula One has over 50 deaths since 1950, and NASCAR has more than 20 deaths since 2000. That's a staggering zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.3 deaths per 1,000 races, far outpacing any other sport on this list. And even with all the fire retardant suits, carbon fiber cockpits, and advanced safety features, a crash at these speeds can generate G forces so immense that a driver can lose consciousness or suffer fatal internal injuries, even if the car itself remains intact. The very act of a collision going 200 plus miles per hour is so violent, no amount of protective gear will save you from the immense force of impact. The inherent risk is so high that safety innovations are a constant battle against the grim reaper, from the Hans device that protects the neck to the halo that shields the head. Every piece of safety gear is a direct response to a tragic death. So why do they do it? It's not just for the money, though top drivers like Lewis Hamilton can earn upwards of $50 million dollars a year. For these athletes, it's about pushing the boundaries of what is humanly possible, about a love for speed that is a sickness as much as it is a passion. It's a terrifying, high stakes game of chance where the line between victory and death is thinner than a piece of paper. And for them, that's what makes it worth it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to see more.